Hello everyone, I'm so happy to see you again in today's video. Perhaps somewhere along the way you've heard people say, old age is when the body weakens, joy diminishes, and vitality slowly fades away. But from the depths of my heart, I want to share with you something different. That aging is not an ending, but a new chapter, one that is deeper, stronger, and more dignified than ever before. I made this video because I truly believe that many people between the ages of 60 and 80 are not as frail as people often assume. On the contrary, they are living extraordinarily with resilience, vitality, and a spirit that continues to inspire. And if you're watching this video, perhaps you are one of those precious gems, someone who still carries strength in the simplest things in life. Today, I want to take some time to reflect with you on the small but meaningful abilities, the signs that show you are still living well, living beautifully, and living with purpose at your age. Don't underestimate the things you're still able to do each day, because sometimes it's those very simple things that are the clearest proof of strength, freedom, and true quality of life. And if you find that you're still able to do even just a few of the things I'm about to share, then congratulations. You are a living example of ageless beauty, a role model to be honored in this ongoing journey of human growth. 1. You still have hand strength, carrying bags, opening jars, offering a firm handshake. If you can still carry a bag of groceries from the store, open a stubborn glass jar lid, or simply shake someone's hand with confidence, then congratulations. You're holding on to one of the greatest signs of lasting health. It may sound simple, right? But in reality, hand strength isn't just about the hands. It reflects your overall physical well-being, from muscle mass and nervous system function to cardiovascular health. It's your body's way of saying, I'm still strong, I'm still in charge of my life. Have you noticed? When our hands lose strength, daily tasks suddenly become more difficult. A cup of hot tea feels heavier, a bag of groceries requires help. But if you're still doing those things on your own, still gripping the steering wheel with confidence, still wrapping your arms around your grandchild with steady strength, you are preserving a kind of power that many people at this age have already lost. And it's not just physical strength. A firm handshake is also a reflection of your spirit. It communicates confidence, liveliness, and a bold inner energy. It's a silent message you send to the world. I am still strong. I am still fully present in this life. I remember an older gentleman once told me, I don't need to lift weights like I did when I was young, but I want my arms to be strong enough to hug my wife each morning and hold my grandchild every afternoon. That sentence struck me deeply, because that is the beauty of aging. Not in loud gestures, but in quiet steadiness and completeness. So if your hands are still strong and flexible, smile to yourself. That is a precious gift of time, and you are using it in the most beautiful way possible, continuing to live independently, continuing to care for your loved ones, and continuing to cherish every small moment in life. 2. You can get up from the floor or from a chair without assistance. You might not always notice it, but if you can still sit down and get up on your own with ease, whether from the floor or a low chair, that's not just a simple action. It's a quiet affirmation that your body is still functioning in harmony, still flexible, and full of vitality. Many people, as they grow older, begin to find it difficult to sit down or stand up. They need to grab onto the armrest, rely on someone's help, or feel unsteady whenever they change positions. But if you can still do these movements smoothly and naturally, then you're holding on to something truly precious, the ability to move independently. Because behind that seemingly simple movement lies a coordinated effort between leg muscle strength, knee joint flexibility, core muscle engagement, and balance. When all of these elements are still working well, you don't just have a healthy body, you have a life force that is truly admirable. I once met an elderly woman who every morning still knelt down to tend to her flower bed in front of her house. She could sit and play with her grandchildren and stand back up again without hesitation. Her eyes sparkled with joy as she said, "As long as I can still stand up on my own 2 feet, I feel young in my soul." And it's true. Standing up under your own strength is not just a movement, but a symbol of independence, confidence, and a spirit that refuses to yield to time. So if you can still do this every day, know that you possess an invisible yet incredibly valuable gift, the ability to live independently, with freedom and self-reliance. Cherish it, protect it, because it is one of the things that make you a true gem in a world where old age often means slowing down. 3. You still maintain a straight posture, walk confidently, and keep your head held high. We may not always pay attention to our posture in daily life, but if you can still stand upright, shoulders open, walk steadily, and keep your head held high, then you possess a truly valuable sign of health. It's not just an outward appearance. It's an inner whisper from a healthy body and a proud spirit. Good posture not only makes you look younger, but it directly impacts your breathing, blood circulation, balance, and even your mood. When your back is straight, your lungs expand more easily, oxygen flows better, and you feel lighter, more alert, and full of energy each day. On the other hand, when posture starts to slump, shoulders hunch, and the head droops, it's not just an aesthetic concern, but a sign that your core muscles are weakening, your spine is compressing, and your nervous system is working harder to keep you stable. I remember an elderly gentleman who walked into a cafe where I was sitting, his back straight like a pine tree, his steps steady, his eyes bright. No one would have guessed he was over 70 years old. When asked the secret behind his vigor, he simply smiled and said, "I always believe that when you keep your back straight, your heart stays upright too. When you stand firm, life stands firm with you." How profound! Because posture is not just a matter of physical form, but a reflection of your inner state, your confidence, your sense of control, and the pride of someone who has weathered many seasons of life. If you can still maintain a naturally upright posture without straining or needing cushions behind your back every time you sit, then know that it is the result of a healthy lifestyle, a well-cared-for body, and a soul that honors itself. And every time you walk, whether on a familiar path or in a new place, hold your head high, because you are walking not only with your feet, but with the strength and dignity of a life well lived. 4. You can stand up from a chair without using your hands. If you can still stand up from a chair without pushing off with your hands or relying on your arms for support, then congratulations. You are holding on to a valuable strength that many people your age have gradually lost. What may seem like a simple movement is actually a powerful indication of lower body strength. Your legs, hips, core muscles, and overall body coordination. It represents the connection between physical ability and independence, between mobility and the dignity of living self-reliantly. Have you noticed? In a single day, you perform this movement many times. From the sofa, dining chair, car seat, to a park bench. Each time you rise effortlessly, it's not just convenience. It's your body silently declaring, "I'm still strong and steady enough to keep moving forward." I once met a 73-year-old woman at a small seminar for seniors. When the group took a break, she was the first to stand, gracefully, without the slightest wobble. A friend sitting beside her smiled and said, "You're still as spry as when you were young." She simply smiled gently and replied, "I'm not young anymore, but I try every day to keep my body from giving in." That simple sentence stayed with me, because it spoke not only of the body but also of the spirit, a spirit that does not surrender to time, that refuses to give up on vitality. When you can still rise confidently under your own strength, it means you still have the power to take initiative in life, the ability to protect yourself, and the freedom to choose the life you want to live. So continue to preserve this ability through gentle daily movement and by treating your body as a loyal companion, because every time you stand up without support, you are silently telling the world, "I am still standing strong," both on the outside and within. 5. You can balance on one leg for more than 10 seconds. This may seem like a small challenge, but it carries great meaning. If you can still balance on one leg for 10 seconds or more, then you possess something precious that not everyone at the age of 60, 70, or 80 still has: stability and harmony between body and mind. You might not have thought that such a simple action could reveal so much, Balance reflects the strength of your nervous system, the coordination of multiple muscle groups, the flexibility of your joints, and your reflexes. It is one of the key factors that determines whether you can continue living independently, safely, and actively in the years ahead. I remember an elderly friend once joked, "It's only when you stand on one leg that you realize how steady you need to be not to fall from your own overconfidence." That lighthearted remark carried a deeper meaning. That balance lies not only in the body, but also in a peaceful mind. In fact, numerous medical studies have shown that those who maintain good balance tend to live longer, experience fewer falls, and have more efficient nervous system function. Try it now if you like. Stand tall, lift one leg gently, hold still, and count. If you pass the 10-second mark with ease, smile. That is your body's quiet message. I am still strong, still steady, still truly myself. And if you feel you're not quite there yet, don't be discouraged. Balance is a skill that can be improved gently, gradually, little by little. Because what matters most is not where you are right now, but that you are still willing to care for your body each and every day. Remember, maintaining balance is not just about keeping your body from falling. It's about holding firm to the belief that you can continue walking through life with strength and confidence. 6. You can sit down on the floor and get back up without using your hands. In everyday life, there are actions that may seem ordinary, like sitting down on the floor and standing back up again, yet they carry a deeper meaning than we often realize. If you, at the age of 60, 70, or even 80, can still do this smoothly without grabbing onto nearby objects, without help from others, then you are holding on to something truly precious. The harmonious coordination of strength, flexibility, and balance throughout your entire body. This movement isn't just a physical challenge. It requires hip, knee, and ankle flexibility, strength in the thighs, core muscles, and lower back, and balance supported by your central nervous system. But most importantly, it's also a quiet affirmation of independence and self-agency. I once spoke with a 76-year-old man, a former carpenter in his younger days. Despite his age, he still enjoyed fixing things around the house, and every afternoon he would sit on the floor of his porch, arranging flowers, sorting vegetables, or simply relaxing and watching the trees sway in the wind. When I asked, "Don't you find it difficult to stand up afterward?" he gently smiled and said, "As long as I can still get up, it means I'm still free. I haven't let age chain me to a chair." That statement has stayed with me. Because perhaps true freedom doesn't just mean traveling far. It means being able to rise on your own, from the lowest point, with your own strength and will. Many older adults live in fear. Fear of falling, fear of not being able to get up, fear of losing independence. And that fear often causes them to withdraw, move less, and in time the body does indeed weaken. But you are different. If you can still do this, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. I am strong enough to embrace life from any position. Modern medicine has shown that the ability to sit and stand without assistance is a reliable indicator of long-term health, independent living, and even longevity. Those who can maintain this ability are less likely to fall, less dependent on others or on assistive devices, and most importantly, they continue to live life on their own terms. And if today you find this movement a little difficult, don't be discouraged. It's not a dead end, it's simply a gentle reminder that your body needs your care, through small, simple, and loving exercises done consistently. Because life at any age still gives us the opportunity to rise, not just from the floor, but from within. 7. You can still handle daily tasks on your own without relying on others. There's a kind of strength that isn't measured by muscle, but by your ability to maintain an active rhythm of life, free from dependence on others for the simplest daily activities. If you can still cook your own meals, wash your clothes, clean your home, or go to the market for essentials, then congratulations, you are preserving something sacred that many long for: autonomy. Aging sometimes makes people feel like they've been pushed aside from everyday life. Some begin to feel more like observers than participants. But if you still take care of yourself and your home, you're not only living well, you're living meaningfully. I once visited an 82-year-old woman who lived alone in a neat little house. She didn't need a housekeeper or her children to do everything for her. Every morning she brewed her own tea, wiped down her kitchen, and arranged the flower pots on her porch. When I asked if she ever felt tired, she simply smiled. "I don't do it because I don't have anyone to help. I do it because I want to know I'm still part of this life." Indeed, the feeling of arranging your own life, even in the smallest ways, is a quiet form of happiness. It's independence that nurtures self-respect, a pride in knowing I can still take care of myself. Many studies have shown that the ability to live independently is closely linked to mental health, quality of life, and longevity in older adults. When a person feels useful, when they're still part of the rhythm of daily life, they're less likely to suffer from depression or loneliness, and they tend to live healthier, happier lives. So if today you can still go shopping, cook a simple meal, or make your bed after waking up, know that you are preserving a deeply valuable trait, self-reliance. And that self-reliance is one of the most beautiful qualities in old age. Protect it like a small flame, steady, warm, and enduring. Because life doesn't need to be loud or grand, as long as you still have mastery over your own rhythm of living. You are living beautifully. 8. You remain mentally flexible and able to adapt to change. There's one thing people often forget to mention about aging: mental flexibility, adaptability, and the ability to embrace life's changes. If you can still learn how to use a new phone, adjust your daily routine to new circumstances, or simply open your heart to things unfamiliar, you're carrying a special kind of youthfulness within you. Aging doesn't just affect the body, it can also cause the mind to close off, become rigid, or resist change. But if you can still welcome the new with an open spirit, if you're still curious and eager to learn, then you are displaying one of the most radiant signs of vibrant aging. I once met a man in his 70s who used his iPad every morning to read the news, watch cooking videos, and even learn French through a small app. He didn't see himself as outdated, didn't blame technology. He simply smiled and said, "I don't want to stand still in a world that's moving. As long as my mind is clear, there's still so much to discover." And he was right. The mind has no age. A youthful spirit is not measured by years lived, but by how you continue to engage with life even as it constantly changes. Mental flexibility also allows you to live more peacefully, with less attachment and less resistance to the inevitable shifts in life. When you can say, "It's okay, I'll find another way." When you can learn something new without feeling inferior. When you can let go of the old to welcome the new. You are living with a grace that many young people have yet to learn. Modern psychological studies confirm older adults who remain mentally open and adaptable tend to live happier, less stressful lives and are at lower risk of cognitive decline. So if today you can try a new recipe, read a book you've never heard of, follow an exercise routine from YouTube, or listen to a young person's story without judgment, then congratulations. You are not just aging healthily, you are aging wisely and beautifully. Keep your mind open, soft, and flowing like a stream, because a flexible spirit is the key to making aging a season of ripened wisdom, not a fading sunset. If you've made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, not just for listening, but for living a life that's truly worthy of admiration. Aging has never been the end, it's simply a new chapter, where steadiness replaces haste, stillness replaces chaos, and every breath, every step, every small action becomes a profound testament to a life of depth and dignity. If you've found that you can still do even a few of the things we've shared today, whether it's standing up without using your hands, maintaining balance, or simply keeping a flexible, open heart, be proud. You are living extraordinarily, while many others your age may be stepping back. And if there are things you haven't mastered yet, don't worry. Every day you can practice, every day you can change is another day of opportunity to become even better. Age is not a barrier. It's an invitation to live more mindfully, more fully, more gently with yourself. Remember, you are not just growing older, you are ripening. You are not just adding years, you are adding depth. And this world needs people like you. Elders who don't just live long but live beautifully, with grace, wisdom, and quiet strength that sets an example for generations to come. If this video has inspired you, leave a comment and share what you feel most proud of at this stage in life, because your voice might spark hope in someone who truly needs it. And don't forget to click like and subscribe so we can continue to walk this journey together through warm, thoughtful, and meaningful conversations like this. Thank you for being here, and I wish you a journey through aging that is strong, full, and deeply fulfilling.